high side, which won at Rostov in the previous round a week ago. Unlike Tottenham, such a hectic spell for Jose Mourinho, a winner of this competition, of course. It becomes a 3, but it's very much a 2 holding, and Lo Celso in the 10th position. I'll bring Ben Davis into it here. Get it back again, forward from full-back, and it just needed a touch in the middle from the captain. That didn't take long, did it? Showed over 90 seconds on the clock, and Harry Kane has Spurs in front already. Easy as that. No surprise, it's Harry Kane, and we talked about the fact that he's created so much this season, dropping into that 10th position. But when that ball goes wide, he doesn't hang about, he attacks that 6-yard box. It's a brilliant delivery in there, and no surprise he puts it away. What a start for Tottenham. Frustration more than anything for the visiting team is you want to start well, keep it tight for the opening period. Tottenham have got it far too easy in that wide area, and the delivery by Davis is spot on, it really is. You have to argue those centre-backs in the near post area, it's too easy for that ball to get into that corridor. Well, it's already Tottenham's record European, Mabuka. Sherry trying to pick up the pieces here, and again goes for the spectacular! Tottenham pegged back here by the brilliant effort from distance. Cherry finding something special to beat Joe Hart, and we're all square at 1-1. Incredible strike, it really is. And that's the third one from distance that Joe Hart has faced. The first one he saves, the second one just bends past the far post, but this one gives him no chance. And again, too much space in that 10 area to get his head up. There's 5 Tottenham shirts in and around him, yet he can settle the ball, turn, have a little look about what's his options, and still has time to get his head down and make the strike. Joe Hart and certainly Mourinho must be furious with that. Take nothing away from the strike, that is sensational. Goes from Bergfire in, flicked on and in, and Tottenham back on top already. Lucas Moura swiftly restoring the Spurs lead. Simple as that from the set piece. No, it's a great set piece, it really is. The concern is how static McCarthy are in terms of zonal marking. Everyone's just standing on their heels. Moura attacks across the front, the delivery's right, but there was options at the back post with Doherty. Harry Kane had a running jump against those static defenders, so it's no surprise that they had conceded. But Moura starts in that central position, attacks initially to draw the near post guy out of the position, ducks then underneath him, picks up the flight brilliantly, it's a great header. Does have white shirts to try and pick out in the middle. Lucas Moura quite fought for the shot initially, it does now for Lo Celso, and Tottenham have they were hoping for, took it really smartly. Giovanni Lo Celso was first make their pressure play, and Jose takes a sigh of relief on the sidelines. The Tottenham really flex their muscles in and around that box. The quality of the finish, and it's there again. Initially the ball comes in, Doherty that right hand side. Gets his head up, floats a lovely ball. Moura gets a great header, looks like it's goal bound, but gets blocked. Tottenham keep it alive. Themselves, that's a brilliant effort. It really is. Goalkeeper, no chance. But here goes Harry Kane, the man who started the scoring. Slipping in Lo Celso once more, and he scored once more. It's the second goal for Giovanni Lo Celso in a matter of minutes, and Tottenham racing towards the group stages of the Europa League before this first half is even finished. We talked about the challenge of the likes of Gareth Bale coming in and that second line of attack not being amongst the goals. The Miller gets his goal against Chelsea. Looks Moura, Lo Celso now as well. And it's no surprise it's Harry Kane with another assist. People talk about him being the classic number 9, but he drops deep into that 10. The timing, the release of that pass was spot on. Initially when it breaks to him, you're thinking he's going to drive for goal himself. He's assessing the situation, gets his head up, way the path is perfect, recovering defender can't get to it, goalkeeper can't come out to smother it. It's a lovely big finish. It's been fairly prolific. Hafer worked this well for Aziza, appealing for the penalty, getting the penalty. Referee in no doubt points straight to the spot.
Matt Doherty's talking about that penalty that was given against him at Southampton. We need to see the replays of this again, but you can see him shaking his head as if to say this rule. He's running back, his hand is down by the side of his body. Where is that hand expected to go other than tucking it behind his back in an unnatural position? It's such a frustration, it really is.
No VAR, of course, at this stage of this competition to have another look at it. So the penalty given. Top scorer Rukovic is standing. Joe Hart making only his second appearance for Tottenham. Is facing it. And it's a really coolly taken penalty right into the corner. And a little bit of hope for Mubarack Haifa just to start to the second half that he and they were hoping for. The top scorer not going to miss from there.
That's a comfortable penalty, it really is. Joe Hart's using all his experience to try and play a few mind games with it, but it's composure, to be perfectly honest. Knows Joe commits to his left hand. But what you're finding now that referees, certainly we're finding it difficult to adjust in the Premier League, but Serie A and La Liga, these have been given all the time. Those hands are in front of his abs on my initial reaction there. It's in his body, yes, it's in his hand, but it's going to be hitting his abs. This is not putting your hand in an unnatural position. I don't know where you're supposed to put your arms. I genuinely do not know where you're supposed to put them out.
And it's thought this coming weekend, the referees in the Premier League might have a slightly different interpretation, but certainly not so in the Europa League. That one given as well.
You can see Harry Kane laughing and joking with the players just to say, listen, we don't understand it either.
So Josh Cohen is facing up to Harry Kane from the penalty spot. Open the scoring in just the second minute of the match. Taken to double figures in his last 10 games. Skipper for the night for Spurs. Harry Kane makes it 5-2. And they trade penalties at the start of the second half. Both equally dubious maybe in their reward, but both clinically dispatched.
That man there, Harry Kane. You can take a penalty any way you like. Top corners, bottom corners, down the middle. Must be so difficult for a goalkeeper to try and read his past history in terms of what he likes to do, because he can do it all.
Floor here, both fine options arriving in support in the middle, that for the hat-trick. And that'll do it surely. Spurs have 6, and Harry Kane has half of them. The man who started the scoring in just the second minute has surely put Spurs out of sight now with that one. Another deft finish in front of goal to claim the match ball and a place in the group stages.
That's a brilliant finish by Harry Kane, it really is. But give credit to Dele Alli. Initially gets back goal side in around his own box, plays out from there and then breaks through with pace. And it's him who releases Bergwijn with a brilliant bit of skill on that left-hand side. How relaxing Harry Kane. He's not admiring the play, he's making sure he gets in and around that box when that ball slipped to him. It's a lovely deft finish with his so-called weaker foot, if he has one.
And having claimed this minute of the 90, Lucas Moura to Dele Alli.
Oh wow.
Brilliant footwork from Dele Alli, and he was caught. It is a penalty.
Brilliant bit of skill, wow.
Managed completely outwitted by Dele Alli here.
The first touch there is lovely, soft one with his left foot as well, but that little bit of skill. So difficult as a centre-half because you don't expect it. And by the time it's gone through your leg, Dele Alli's away.
He grabbed hold of the ball to assume the responsibility. Came the regular taker, successful already from the spot, having since departed the scene. So the 90 minutes are up into 3 added minutes here. Dele Alli stands over the penalty kick and scores. with a 7th for Spurs in stoppage time, brought on at half-time. Dele Alli does have his say, does add his name to the score sheet. Ali and Spurs celebrate 7-2